EA Sports FIFA 20 sponsors Saturday Social.
Good morning, Jurgen.
Jurgen, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you again. Very well, thanks. Now, the last time I was with you was in your office. We did a feature, the most searched questions on the internet. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
That got 3 million views, 66,000 likes. It did very well. I know that you always strive for improvement, so we're going to try and beat that today. Do you think we can beat that?
I have no clue who. To be honest. I'm from the countryside, actually.
Yeah.
A village with 1,200 people living there, so there was not a lot to do, but we were like 7, 8 boys. We were the football team, we were the skiing team, we were the tennis team, we were the table tennis team. It was all of us, so that was our life. And so I started really early. I smashed the first window in our living room when I was 2 years old. My mother told me, I don't remember that.
When you were 2 years old?
Yeah,
wow.
My father put a goal in our living room, and I obviously missed it, what happens from time to time. And so that's how it started.
Yeah.
Then the postman or mailman was my first official coach. My father was always. It is how it is in the countryside. You need somebody who invests time.
You talked a little bit about playing in your lounge there. In Black Forest, was there pitches everywhere? Were there no pitches?
Yeah.
Where did you play your football as a kid?
We had so the main pitch we had around about 7, 8 times training a week.
Wow.
Because we played in the garden of a friend of mine, so that were our own sessions, but only grass. We had super. That's a really nice area. You have to go there.
Yeah, love to.
Black Forest. So we have no. Whatever, but how do you call the other pitches?
Cages,
like cages, street football.
No,
concrete.
not that. No. We had proper pitches. It was really a good time.
What age did you start realising that you were good enough to one day make it pro? Was there a moment in your life when you thought?
Know, as a kid, you think about yourself, I can make it, but I'm not sure I really thought about it. The only thing is I was pretty much from the first day I touched the ball, the best football in my village. I made the next step to the biggest club in our area, TuS Ergensing is the name, because they wanted to sign another player. Jurgen Klopp.
Okay.
Yeah, another Jurgen, so they wanted to sign him, but it was 30 kilometers from our home village. And so he didn't want to drive 4 times a week alone. So they thought, okay, who can we take as top? So they took me because yeah, that's the truth.
Because it was a good Jurgen, not just enough.
Yeah, take the other one as well.
What other jobs did you have when you were starting out playing football? Because I've read that you've had some interesting jobs when you started out.
When you have no money, you need to be creative. So I worked in a company. They storaged cinema movies.
Okay.
So today they are maybe that big, but at that time they were really like Ben-Hur was like, you can imagine how big they are. So and I was there at 6 o'clock in the morning, so they brought in all the movies they brought back. We had to storage them and give them the new movies and all the commercial stuff around the posters and these kind of things. That was the job I did before university. Then I went to university. Then I went to training, and after training I went to a bar in Frankfurt and did the beer.
How would Jurgen Klopp, the manager, describe Jurgen Klopp, the player?
Big heart. Really, I was a fighter, to be honest. I fought with myself, with everybody else. So very quick, very good header, and a good volley. I never had a really good picture of myself. I never really liked my football, to be honest. But every manager I had in my 11 years in Mainz, I played always, pretty much. I was always they found always a position for me. I started as a striker, became a 10, became a 6 for a couple of games, and became a right fullback and stayed as a right fullback for that was the most time, I think 7 years or so.
So you're predominantly used as a right fullback. You've obviously got one of the best right fullbacks in world football now in Trent Alexander-Arnold.
My game
how does Jurgen Klopp right back compared to Trent the right back?
Would you play over him?
I would have loved his crosses.
Right.
Because then I would have been a good striker. With his crosses, I would have been a proper striker.
Yeah.
But so I was completely different. I didn't get a lot of balls. I met the centre half who played with me a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told him, you know that we played 300 games together and you passed the ball twice. He was playing directly next to me. He was always looking like me.
Who else can I pass to?
Direct.
No. I was there for heading challenges, corner kicks, stuff like that. I don't know exactly. I loved the game too much to stop it, but I hated my own football, to be honest. I didn't
Really?
yeah. Look, if the ball is coming, here you know what you have to do, and here the foot is not doing it. It's
Right.
like the distance is quite long. And so from here to there, in my case, so
Yeah.
it was a bit annoying from time to time.
You transitioned very quickly into
Yeah,
management.
very.
I read that you were a player on a Sunday and a manager of the same team on a Monday.
Yeah.
How did that work in the dressing room? Did the players respect you like a manager, or was it more of a friendship?
Both. So it was like we were deep down in the table. We were pretty much already relegated with 12 matches to go. A real crisis, you would say. We had a meeting, and the coach told us more or less, from now on we tried only with the young players. And when the club heard that, and they said, okay, we do a press conference, but we sack the manager. We don't want to.
Wow.
So because we cannot play with the kids only.
Yeah.
Then it's done.
Okay.
At least we have to try. It's 12 matches to go, so let's give it a try. So and then they had no replacement, and they asked me if I can do it, and I said yes, but I don't play then anymore. And I said yes. Probably they were relieved that I don't play anymore. My teammates was never a problem because I was an experienced player. I was 33.
Right.
I checked the wage bill for them, so they came to me and said, Klopp, something is wrong with my wage bill. Have a look. And I saw what they earned and thought, what the heck is... He earned 3 times as much as me. But I called the financial department of the club. I was so long there, so I know everybody, and said, come on, you have to fix that. That's not right, stuff like this. So I was kind of a respect person. They really respected me. But I was a good friend of them as well, so that's how it worked. It felt from the first day completely natural. I was like, for me, the biggest relief of my life that I could be part of the game without my annoying football. If somebody would have told me with 25, 26, so look, everybody saw you cannot play football, obviously, but you could manage the team, I would have said, yeah, thank you.
Wow, that's interesting because a lot of managers we speak to say that have been players as well, say they prefer the playing side of it because of
I can
the
imagine.
camaraderie.
They were good players. Man, if I would be Pep Guardiola and could have played football like him, I would play today. Now we have around about 25 people here for the same things what I did that time alone.
Wow.
And that was brilliant because I had to do it, so I know I'm not an expert at everything, but I did everything.
Do you think that's why you've become so successful as a manager, because you've experienced all parts of it, going back to your days at Mainz? You said there's 25 people now doing one person's job.
I don't think it's the only way, but it was my way, and it's absolutely, for me it was perfect.
Yeah.
For me it was absolutely perfect. I loved analysis. I did it for 7 years completely alone until I found then Pete Kravitz and told him, come on. So I can take it over because you don't need to make, like, if you're an analyst and you don't trust him, it's like make the analysis, you watch it and think, thank you very much, and then when he's out you watch it again. That makes no sense. So you need to trust the people, and it took a while until I found somebody, but it was a big relief. And because I was really busy. I watched 3 games of each opponent we played. So I watched the game on the night after the game, our game, and made the analyze with the players the next morning and started immediately watching the next opponent again. Wow. So I watched constantly, when I was on a training period, I watched constantly games. And I loved it, to be honest, but at one time it was just too much. So I did the scouting, watched all the players we want to sign. With this time was not on, it was a DVD recorder. That's how it is. Yeah. So it was different. Sounds like it was after the Second World War, but it's actually only 15, 16 years ago.
And when you bring the DVDs in, like you did working in the shop?
Yeah, of course, the DVD. And then you have to, you rewind and forward. It's like, in the meeting with the boys, it's not cool. Really, surprisingly, a lot of teams wanted to sign me in that time. So, but I didn't speak to anybody because the decision was made, I stay at Mainz if we get promoted.
Yeah.
We didn't get promoted at the last match day, so I didn't speak to anybody until then. So Sunday night, because I said, if not, then I leave after 18 years. Big party in Mainz, goodbye and stuff like this. So we were all we were in a good mood.
I love the way you explained that. So you had a good night?
Yeah, we had a good night, really good. So I woke up next morning and watched on my phone, and it was like 15, 20 different clubs calling. And okay. So I was not really clear in that moment. I had to think about. My favorite club was always Borussia Dortmund, to be honest. Because of the stadium, because of the tradition, because of the size of the club.
Fans.
But I didn't even know if they are interested. So that was not clear. I saw them then in the list. And then, then they made an offer, and we spoke, and then made an offer. And the offer was funny. The offer was lesser than what I earned at Mainz in the second division.
Again, like when you had it and you were earning more in the third division.
So, no, yeah, exactly. But no, it was really like, Mainz was really generous because we had a good time and stuff like this, but so it was, you cannot get rich with that. But then Borussia Dortmund obviously thought we get a manager from the second division and made some offer, and we said, so we really want to come, and it's not about the money. But are you serious? Are you really serious? And then, yeah. And then I said, okay, but I earn more in Mainz. He said, I don't believe that. So my agent just, whoop, that's a contract for Mainz. And I, what? And that was exactly the situation. So we signed then, slightly improved offer. All good. How I said, it was really not about the money. We just wanted to go to Dortmund, to be honest. And it was the perfect decision. It was really,
I've always wondered how the negotiations were. No. Are you serious? Okay, there you go. Fine. I've learned a lot from that. I'll take that forward.
I enjoyed the time from the first day. The club was in a really difficult situation at that time, but I didn't really know, to be honest.
Oh, until you got there.
I was so focused on Mainz, and Dortmund is such a big club. Yeah. And I knew that they had financial problems before, but I thought it's kind of sorted. Didn't read for a while about it, so I came there and I said, okay, we have exactly this amount of money, and we need a centre half and this and this and that. And I said, okay, and then we found and they showed me the centre half they wanted to sign. I said, don't like it, but if we can spend that money, let's go for Neven Subotic, which was my player at Mainz. So that was like how it started. But then it was all good. We had just to sort the problems. The club was not in a financial wise not in a really good situation. So we had to do it with young players. We did it with young players. We loved doing it like this. We had a sensational bunch of outstanding footballers there. The boys developed a lot, and we had a lot of fun together.
And you said fun earlier with the parties when you had success. Obviously, you won league titles at Dortmund. I remember seeing the scenes. Were there a few parties after the title wins?
We had parties. I'm quite good in celebrating big losses as well, because you lose a final, it's still a final, and we had to do that a couple of times in my life as well. But it's more difficult. When I was in Mainz, nobody knew us. So
go out,
absolutely. We could have celebrated naked. Nobody would realize that. So,
did you celebrate naked? No. Okay.
No, but we could. We were just nobody knew us, and Dortmund was of course different. That changed life then.
And obviously there were some challenges at Borussia Dortmund as well. Some of your players were sold and you had great rivalries with the likes of Pep. How hard was it to work under those sort of conditions?
We never thought it's really hard. It's like we lost always players. 2011 we became champion. Nuri Sahin went to Real Madrid. But we brought in İlkay Gündoğan, which is not so bad as well.
Very good.
One door closed, one door opens, that's how it is. But at a specific point, then it's difficult. When we lost Mario Götze and Robert Lewandowski, then it's difficult to find replacements for these players in the shape they were. That's pretty much not doable. These players were exceptional. Yes, they were cheap and we found them somewhere, but finding needs time to find. And we had no time because they left and we had to be ready before we knew that we have that problem. I liked England before I lived here because I was here when I was 18 years old for 5-6 weeks by train, Interrail.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did you come to England for that time period?
To be honest, my cousin wanted. We were just bed and breakfast, had a tent. From time to time we were on the camping ground and stuff like that. Yeah. It was good. The weather was unfortunately really. So,
Classic
England. We didn't use the tent too often, so twice, and it was that wet that it was not really to use it. But bed and breakfast I loved. So
the tent helped you when you came to Liverpool then?
No, it was really like this that I, in that time, so that bed and breakfast was such a wonderful thing. So you had contact to people, but you usually don't have. You travel to a country, you meet them, and we all kind of generations. So elder people and oh yes, come in, and all that. It was really nice. And so that time I thought one day I want to live for a while in England. So for me, it was a conscious decision. We wanted to do it. England was our first choice. There was a lot of interest, and I had to make holiday first. I've heard from my agent Liverpool is interested, and I felt immediately, oh God. it's like when I met my wife. So it's like, I saw her, I knew, okay, I'm married. Oh my God. So, and as well with the club.
Love at first sight.
Like a marriage,
Yeah, and it was like, oh God, okay. That was it. So I felt right from the first moment. And it's a massive, I said it in the first press conference, it's a massive honor. It's a really big honor being part of this club. And so we really enjoy it.
And you've obviously had some iconic celebrations over the years, particularly for Liverpool. Is there any one celebration or one moment as Liverpool manager that stands out as really massive in your life?
Oh, I don't remember them. If I would have influence on my celebrations, they would look completely different. They look
They're just
better.
in the moment,
My face would not look like this, 100%. We try to improve our level constantly. And that obviously helps then the players, and the boys is an exceptional group. It's just outstanding, and we will see where it leads us to. We will not stop it, but the other teams, that we are in a sport where so much financial power around us, and they will strike back. Everybody jokes about this club in a moment, now this club in a moment, ha ha ha, and next week they buy 5 players and look completely different animals. So, no, I have no idea where it will end, but from my point of view, it doesn't have to.
Just lastly, for Jurgen Klopp, the manager, the man, future goals or ambitions?
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy?
Yeah.
Brilliant, love that. Great way to end it, I think. Great way to end it.
Simple.
Jurgen, thank you very much for your time.
You're
Absolute
welcome.
pleasure. There you go. That was, of course, Making It Pro with Jurgen Klopp and EA Sports FIFA 20.